So it is that time of the year, the best movies of 2022. We're going to talk about it. Let me know yours down in the comment section below. Smash that like button, click subscribe, and let's just jump straight into my top 10 best movies of 2022. Number 10, Bosch and Rocket, an Australian film that I absolutely fell in love with after watching it. This film is just so pleasantly great. Absolutely surprised me. It was one that I was actually debating whether to go and see, and I'm so glad I did. This is built upon the relationship with the father and son. That's what it is to its core. It's about this son looking up to his father, wanting and craving his attention, but when the father is caught up selling marijuana, that's his job, he then has things that he has to deal with, but his son's along for the ride, and his son wants to be a surfer. It's just so great. I fell in love with these characters. I thought Luke Hemsworth was fantastic. The kid is got a bright future. He was fantastic as well. Just the building relationships was the key for me that absolutely worked. It's heartfelt. It makes you sad. But the character arc that these kids go on in this movie, like the kid, phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. And the dad's character arc, fantastic. Fell in love with it. Absolutely loved it. Number 10, Bosch and Rocket. Number 9, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. The Nicolas Cage movie that I absolutely love. This is one of the funniest movies. This was a joy to see. Nicolas Cage playing Nicolas Cage. Who doesn't want to see that movie? Who doesn't want to see that? Throw in Pedro Pascal, who was absolutely bonkers brilliant in this movie. His chemistry with Nicolas Cage won this film for me. I remember sitting there, I could watch these two on camera playing these characters for the rest of my life. They were just so funny. The dynamic was great. The story was great. The ending was absolutely fantastic. I love this. Absolutely fell in love with it. I thought it was fantastic. So for me, number 9, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. Number 8, The Banshees of Inisherin. This was a movie that I wasn't actually expecting to be this good. This was an absolutely fantastic movie. And there are some performances in here that are absolutely gonna be definitely talking about when we come to Oscar season. Like, these performances are just off the charts brilliant. Colin Farrell is absolutely outstanding. This whole idea of two best friends falling out of love with each other and then going on this sort of path of trying to rekindle things but not at the same time. It's so good. That dynamic is fantastic. There is a lot here with other characters as well that I thought were absolutely fantastic. It's just so incredible. If you guys haven't seen this movie, you guys need to see it. I don't want to spoil anything for you guys because you guys need to watch this, but there is a lot of heart in this movie and there is some quite sad moments, but some really good moments as well. And I absolutely love this movie. So for me, it comes in at number 8. Number 7 is Glass Onion, a Knives Out film. So this is Rian Johnson's sequel to Knives Out, and I loved this film. I think this is better than the first one. I really do. I really do think this is better. I thought the cast are absolutely stellar. They were all fantastic. The story was fantastic. The twist in here, I was never expecting the twist in this film, and it worked so well for me. I was just remember seeing that twist. I was like, wow, okay, I did not see that at all. But I just thought the concept of this, because doing a whodunit, you've already done one in Knives Out. To do another one is so hard to do it in a different way, but this felt very different from the first one, which is the key when it comes to a whodunit, because otherwise it can get repetitive and it feels the same. It's like, I've already seen this story before, I've already seen this movie. But this wasn't the case. Absolutely loved it, adored it. I thought it was fantastic. Rian Johnson nailed it out of the park. Number 6, The Woman King. This was absolutely outstanding. This was beyond my expectations of how good. I mean, the trailers look fantastic, but I didn't expect it to be this good. Viola Davis is absolutely going to probably win an Oscar for this. She was outstanding. Latasha Lynch, absolutely fantastic in this film. This was fantastic. It had the power. It had the motive. It had everything I wanted. I was sitting there and I was in awe of these characters. The story is fantastic as well. I loved it. It was shot beautiful. The cinematography is on point. This is a fantastic movie that young women should be looking at because it just shows you how powerful women can really be. It was absolutely fantastic. Nailed it out of the park. And for me, Woman King comes in at number 6. Number 5, The Batman. I absolutely love this Batman. Probably my favorite comic book movie. Between it and Man of Steel, they're my two favorites. But this was just the Batman I've been waiting to see. The detective side, the real grounded. This was really grounded. I thought Riddler was fantastic. Paul Dano was absolutely fantastic as the Riddler. So good. Oh my god, he's just really good. Colin Farrell as the Penguin, unrecognizable but fantastic. Robert Pattinson nailed this part. What I absolutely love is the dynamic between him and Commissioner Gordon. I thought Gordon and him were fantastic. Jeffrey Wright is just absolutely world class. World class. But this is dark, gritty, down to earth Batman. And I loved it. The music is fantastic. I thought, like, some people don't like the final act. I absolutely love the final act. I really liked the representation that they were telling. This was just absolutely fantastic. And it tested our character. I cannot wait to see the sequel. Matt Reeves nailed this. I cannot wait. So for me, number 5, The Batman. Number 4, The Northman. I love this movie. A new take on the Viking storyline. Very different from what we've used to with the Viking shows that we've seen before. This was a completely different take on that. And it worked really, really well for me. I thought the performances were fantastic. This is one of the most gorgeous films I've seen all year. Absolutely fantastic from location to the way it was filmed. I thought the idea of using the black and white for night and having the torches, the fire and stuff like that lighted up was absolutely fantastic. That's a really nice touch that they had in here. Thought Skarsgård was absolutely fantastic in the role. Robert Eggers absolutely nailed this. It's bloody, it's gory, it's all Viking that you need. It's a revenge story. You're on board with it. You love the character. You're rooting for the character. It's just absolutely fantastic. And that final battle was just a spectacle. Absolute spectacle. And for me, number 4 is The Northman. Now, before we get into my top 3, I thought this year was fantastic for movies. There were some so close to make my top 10. I just want to give them some honorable mentions. Black Phone, Hustle, Violent Night, The Menu, Bullet Train, Smile, and Avatar. I thought they were all fantastic and could have easily been in my top 10, but unfortunately, they didn't quite make my top 10 list. But yeah, so I just wanted to give honorable mention. Now we'll get back into my top 3. Number 3, Everything Everywhere All at Once. This is just a fantastic film. A new take on the multiverse. So much heart. I remember walking out of this theater, watching this movie and thinking, geez, man, I need to rethink my life. Like, this actually did change some of my life, and the way that I view life is all changed because of this movie. There is just so much to take from this movie regarding time, spending time with your family, spending time with your kids. Like, it just opens your eyes, and that dynamic between mother and daughter is just so brilliant. The performances are absolutely fantastic. Like, there's people in here that deserve Oscar nominations, if not to win Oscars. It's that good. It's fantastic. It's funny as well. It's just, this is really, really good. This is my favorite A24 film. I thought it was fantastic. And I know a lot of people have this in their top 3, if not number 1. And I can't argue. I really can't. I just have 2 that I enjoyed more than this. But I can't argue if people have this at number 1. So for me, number 3, Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Number 2 is Dragon Ball Super Superhero. Now, you guys are probably thinking, oh, wow, he's got an anime in the top 2? What's going on? There's a reason for this. You guys, if you guys have been watching my channel, you know I'm a huge Dragon Ball fan. I have been my whole entire life. This has been an anime and a manga that has been there for me my whole entire life, that has got me through some tough times. Superhero came out. I know it's a dumb name, it really is, but it came out and this was more focused on Gohan and Piccolo. Something we have been asking for, I have been asking for, is take away from Goku and Vegeta for a bit, focus on some other characters, give them some shine. This took me flashbacks to my childhood with the whole Cell Saga stuff. With Gohan, Cell Max, and Piccolo, this was just brilliant. I would be lying if I said I didn't have some tears running down my eyes because I was that happy. Because there's just so good moments, the chills, the transformations, everything about it. I love this. I fell in love with the new characters, Gamma 1 and Gamma 2, Dr. Hedo. I fell in love with them. Absolutely adored this film. The animation was great. I was worried about the animation, but they absolutely proved me wrong. It was fantastic. I just loved the story. I love this movie. I really, really do. And for me, it was my second favorite movie of the year. Number 1, Top Gun Maverick. the sequel to Top Gun that we have been waiting for so long. This movie, to me, is a complete masterpiece. It is. It's a masterpiece. And once I saw this movie, it stayed at number one the whole entire year. Nothing overtook it, no matter what. I saw this movie 7 times in the theater. The most I've ever seen a movie in a theater is Top Gun Maverick. That's how much I love this movie. I was shocked at how much I love it. The sound design is absolutely incredible. Oh man, that sound is so good. It just blew my eardrums out. It was freaking awesome. Bro, Maverick and Rooster. That connection. Bro, I was crying in the theater. I'd be lying to say if I wasn't crying. I was grown man crying my ass off. Like, there is just so much heart to this film. Absolutely fantastic. I thought Glenn Powell was fantastic as well as like the sort of Iceman sort of guy. He was so good as Hangman. It was absolutely fantastic. I loved all these characters. I could rewatch this all the time. This may crack my top 10 best films of all time. Like, I rate this film so highly that I think it might be my top 10 all-time favorites. That's how much I like this film. It's just incredible. And to be honest, it deserved $1 billion. Like, it deserved to make $1 billion. And the reason why it was in theaters for so long is because it was this good. And I just loved going seeing it every time. Every time. And I'll watch it again and again and again. It's incredible. So for me, my favorite movie and the best movie of the year for me is Top Gun Maverick. So there you have it. That is my top 10 best. Let me know in the comments below, what did you guys think on my list? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Smash it down in the comment section below. Smash that like button for me and click subscribe. And I'll see you guys next video. Until then, stay safe. Peace out.